Hello and welcome to Moonlit Magic. We are here to celebrate the energy of the Gemini full moon. So what we're going to talk about today is what does that mean, and we're going to see what messages the Gemini full moon has for us. So whenever you're watching this, just take note that a Gemini moon wants you to experience this energy. Gemini is an air sign. And a Gemini moon can make us feel social. It could make us feel dynamic, and it can also make us feel chaotic or maybe even a little impulsive. So those are some things that you might feel at this time, and now we're going to talk about how to handle this lunar phase overall. Perception. Third eye, which I think is beautiful, connected to thoughts, knowledge, and the mind. I love this as well. Desire to know, true self. Okay, this is our overall message for this lunar phase. Number one, soul lesson, perception. Desire to know, true self. Your lifetime's adventure of self-realization is destined to level up with exploration of healing sounds of creation. I love the concept of sound. This is a vibration and an energetic experience that we're talking about. There is a song in your heart that is more beautiful than you could imagine, but are you ready to listen and sing your loving truth with joy? As you become a more sensory being, are you learning to feel sound as much as hear it? All parts of your body possess a different resonance. By exploring sound healing techniques, including using your own voice, you will be able to tangibly feel energy shifting to the sound that resonates, that vibration that resonates with your own body. That is such a beautiful message to start this off. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Elise and this is Moonlit Magic. We are celebrating the Gemini full moon, and this is going to be where we will find satisfaction, sensuality, and look at 21 matches again. So awakening something within us that's locked away, your freedom flowing from far away. I dance, I love, I laugh, I play. I really enjoy that. Getting to know our true self has to do with unlocking this more playful side. And actually what's really fun is the Sagittarius new moon, which accompanies the Gemini full moon, was talking about being playful. We're talking about being social and celebrating. So unlocking something within our true selves has to do with being more playful with ourselves again. The moon, darkness, as we are more playful with ourselves, our cycles, feeling into the energy around us, that we are attuned to the moon. Actually, I mean, that's what we're doing here right now. You probably wouldn't be watching this if you had no interest in the moon in the first place, but the more that we attune to the cycles of the moon and how that mirrors us, might help us to unlock that inner sensuality that we're talking about experience. I think this sensuality is more about a core playfulness, knowing our own bodies and loving ourselves in our own skin. What boundaries need to be created or strengthened within my relationships? I'm curious if there may be a space within our lives where we are blocking our own free-flowing sense of enthusiasm and playfulness based on something else that's going on within relationships in our lives at, I don't know, this point, or maybe in the past, something that we're working through, an awareness that we need to have. On to number 3, this is something to set our intentions towards. And if you're enjoying yourself, I would really be honored if you would subscribe to our little channel, Moonlit Magic Self-Care Rituals. We also have a group on Facebook where we discuss this stuff, we share our rituals, and we talk about different topics because we get together every full moon live. So please subscribe if you're enjoying yourself so you can hang out with us more every month. Now, something to set our intentions towards. Success, 12, again, 333, okay? Success that's true belongs to me. Success with honor, integrity. And this is really beautiful because we're actually thinking about what is true success, true satisfaction is going to be true to us at our core, within our own integrity. It's never going to be just winning. It's never going to be just having, gaining, getting one over on someone else. It's always going to be self-honoring, or it's never going to really fulfill that level of satisfaction that we intend it to. Purity, ice. I think that kind of speaks for itself to clarify what we're doing, okay? And if you're not quite ready, I think what I like about this actually a lot is we are, Gemini full moon comes in a wintry season. Whether that means ice for you, it does come in a wintry season, right around the actual winter
solstice or
equinox, that shift that happens into winter. The Gemini full moon is always going to happen right around that time. So to talk about what winter is, the need for rest until we are clear. And when we are clear, we can move in any season. We can wake ourselves up from this hibernating state in a wintry season and move forward when we know where we want to go. But we don't want to be out in the wilderness wandering when we don't know what it is we want yet. So to have clarity about what we want is very important, and then we can move forward with momentum no matter what season of life we are in. Am I getting enough rest to restore my energy and fully show up to my life? That is so perfect. I don't have anything else to say on that one. Oh, look at this. Double threes again. 3, so 21, 21, 12, 3, 3, 3, and then 33, which is 6, but we got more threes. I don't know what threes mean to you, but threes are pretty big to me personally. 3 is my life path, so threes to me stand out. All right, so success. I love that this just said exactly what we said. I love that those two cards came out together. So we can express the fact that we need to have rest, to show up, to be our best, to fully be successful. We just actually talked about that at the full moon live stream for this moon for Gemini. We were talking about celebrating, and also that the winter season means, you know, when that means that we need to lighten up on ourselves just a little bit and allow ourselves to slow down and rest, unless we know exactly what we want and where we're going. Unless we have that clarity, we should allow ourselves to restore our energy right now. Now we're moving on, something to be aware of. Thank you so much for being here, and please like this video if you're enjoying yourself. It really, really does help boost this video out to other people. So thank you so much for doing that before you leave. Now, on to something to be aware of. Joy. As I do will, so mote it be. Let joy and light radiate from me. Something to be aware of is Gemini Moon happens once a month, but it may be a time when we feel more social and outgoing, want to be with friends, and it might not always be external circumstances that support that, okay? We might have friends that are going through something very difficult. We might be going through something very difficult, but what this is saying to me is that we have that light at our own core. That there is nothing out there that is going to please us unless we are out there seeking our own satisfaction and appreciation in life. And that may mean resting, that may mean moving forward, whatever it means to you. Seek the joy at your own core and don't look for it necessarily in others unless their core is also lighting up to reciprocate and match you. The sun, look at that. That's so beautiful. Light, the sunniest card there is. These readings, I'm telling you, since I started this, they always turn out beautiful like this, but it really has intensified over time. These messages, the way the synchronicity lines up, it makes me feel so validated to be able to share this with you, because this is how I feel when I do my rituals. That's why I record it now and upload it, so you can see the synchronicity, so you can sit here and lay your cards out with me. And I forgot to mention that. If you haven't been, lay your cards out with me to deepen the messages for you and make them personal for you. Or come on over to amarosintuitivestudio.com. The link is below in the description, and I can lay out one of these readings for you. I have all kinds of decks for you to choose from. To where does my soul want to travel? The point of this right here, let joy and light radiate from me. Where do you want to go? That's up to you. What do you want? Let it speak from your heart. Let your heart guide you in this journey, wherever it is that you're meant to go. You need to trust yourself. Okay? Rest, restore, get clear on what you want, so that way you can trust the light at the core of you to tell you exactly where you need to go, and you won't be apologetic about it. You'll have those boundaries in those relationships, and you will have kind of let go of your attachment to relationships that don't honor you at that core level. So far, so good. I love this reading as it's coming together. Oh, I'm so happy. So this is the Gemini full moon, and what it means, these are the messages that this energy of a Gemini moon wants us to have. So I'm so glad you're here sharing this with me. Please share it with a friend and like this video. Subscribe if you have not yet. This is number 5, a lesson we may face. Health. Mother Earth, sweet Mother Earth, bright, bring to me your health and might. Inner, okay, radiating the health from inside of us. Sweet Mother Earth, connecting to the earth, where we stand here, we place our feet on the earth, and we connect to the innate healing energy that radiates up into us. There is another 3. That is kind of blowing my mind as well. Passion, the soul. This passion that radiates from inside. The more that we honor the self, the more that we connect to the earth. Okay, Mother Earth. The more that we connect to the earth, the more we connect to ourselves, the more we radiate energy and health from our own core. If I had a magic wand and could have anything desired in life, what would I choose? I think this speaks about what we should choose: health and passion. And don't you feel healthier when you're honoring yourself? In regards to this moon, don't you feel healthier when you give yourself space and you do the things that you want to do? You have room for your hobbies and your joy. And you do almost innately grow healthier as you grow happier. And it's a core, at a gut level. The joy and light that radiates from your core is not something that you can fake, that you can make up. It is one step at a time towards our own satisfaction. Okay? One step at a time. Consider synchronicity in your life. As you see these come together, consider how synchronicity aligns in every moment of your life. In this moment, this moment, this moment, this moment, the present moment of your life, and what you appreciate right here and now is how your life unfolds. And the more you appreciate what is already here, when it doesn't make as much sense to be appreciative, the more you will feel the happiness, that light radiating, the joy at the core of who you are. Now we are on to number 6. This is a resource to pay attention to. Love. Aphrodite, I call to thee to bring a true love here to me. And what I love about this, what is a true love to you? Okay, there's romantic love, but there is so much love. This isn't necessarily a true romantic love. This is really receiving true love, what is meant for us. Okay, when our hearts are open, our souls are receiving what love pours into our lives. Again, that is the core of what we're doing. Time, discipline. I think understanding what love means, understanding that everything we want does not happen the moment we want it, but it does happen now. It does happen in an instant, but it very well may not be happening in the instant that we want, where we actually make the experience more painful and focus on the things we don't have rather than what we do. And that is going to prolong this, the magic wand, the passion, the joy from the light of our soul. That's going to prolong the understanding and the really appreciating of what is already here with us. So focusing on what is present instead of what we're waiting for, waiting to show up, waiting to unfold and manifest, is going to be very key. Be here now. Be in the reciprocation now. Okay? And then let more and more and more unfold. How can I be more flexible right now? Right now. How can I be more flexible with time? I think even to think of discipline. What is discipline to you? I think sometimes we think of discipline as like this rigid, and I do too, actually. I find that word kind of is hard for me at times because I've always been a sort of more chaos, I don't say chaos driven, but when it came to time and the discipline of time and being scheduled and organized in that way, it was always a struggle for me, which made me feel very ashamed and like I couldn't quite get it together the way other people had it. But if I imagine my perception of what discipline with time is, to make it work for me, rather than to twist myself up to make me work for something else. So we have really, really small perception and limits about the rules that we think that we're playing by. But maybe if we open up our own perception, our own perspective a little bit, we start to get to know our true selves. Okay? This is going to be number 7, an effective way to clear our energy. Glamour. Into this mirror, I now see the realms of possibility. I love this, actually. Okay, so into the mirror, the soul, the mirror. So we have this huge cosmic mirror of our soul out there in the sky. We're studying, astrology. That's what we're talking about here. So there's this cosmic mirror out there. Yet what we see on the surface of our life in this world is a mirror of what we're experiencing in our emotions and in our soul. So there's all these mirrors, perceptions that we need to focus on. And to open ourselves up and expand what we think is possible for us, what we believe we deserve. And sometimes we have to believe that, to see something or choose to focus on something that isn't real right here yet, but it's real in our heart, okay? Or it's real in the stars. We just have to choose our perception from time to time. It's not a matter of faking it. Again, it's a matter of choosing what gives me that little spark in my soul? What makes me feel that again and again? And I'm going to keep lighting that flame for myself. I'm not going to trust my experience to the external. I am going to keep lighting my flame, lighting my flame, lighting my flame until I really feel that perception shift. Lake, depth. We keep going into this depth again and again. This is a recurring message to get in deep, and that's where the satisfaction lies. Not to just think that what's on the surface of our mind, our knowledge, or what someone says about us, what we hear out there or see in front of us is the truth. To get deeper into the truth so we know what we're looking at, especially when we're talking about a mirror and looking at ourselves. We need to know how to look more deeply. Don't just stop and look at the surface. Again and again, we've been told to kind of go deeper with what our mind is perceiving. Get deeper with it. Okay, get deeper. What can I do to make a difference? How to get deeper. How to get deeper. I'll tell you right now, what can you do to clear? This is an effective way to clear our energy. How can you make a difference? You get healthy. See yourself clearly. Speak about yourself clearly. Don't be afraid to tell the truth about who you are, or to speak of yourself with a humble spirit, to speak of your mistakes and your lessons. Okay? Allow yourself to be true to the integrity of success. Okay? You're unlocking something within you. You're connecting to a part of yourself, a part of your body that is driven by passion. And when you become clear, okay, you will wake up from this hibernating state, and a fire will drive you from your core. It's a joy radiating from the center of you. I really, really appreciate you being here. I appreciate everything that you do with our team at Moonlit Magic Self-Care Rituals. We are actually also putting out a brand new video for the full year spread. This is our final message from the cosmos for the Gemini Moon. Imagination. Didn't we just talk about that? Maybe, maybe not. But imagination now sets me free. Divine ones, I send my thanks to the imagination. That's what we're doing, this perception. You're not going to be living in a fantasy, but what we have to do with that mirror is to start to see ourselves, to see our lives, to see our purpose, okay? And where happiness comes from in a different way. We have to start to use our own enthusiasm, our own passion to shift the way that we perceive life. All right, well, I don't want to flip all these over. Electricity and wildness, the spark. How do you know what's right? When you make choices based on rules or expectations that you just always thought were real. All my life, thought that certain things were just the way things were done. There are just certain stuff you learn from your parents or teachers that you think this is just the way that it's done. And I always did that, to anchor into yourself. For once, to get to know your body, and again, the sensuality where we started, to understand the boundaries that need to be created. We have to know what it feels like to experience joy versus just pleasure, right? What is joy versus just pure carnal pleasure? There is a difference. It radiates from a different part of you, though they can be a simultaneous experience. This sensuality. Let's not think so shallow. That's not what we're doing. We don't want to be shallow. We are going deep into what does our body want? What does pleasure really feel like? It's not just in the skin. Okay, so to feel the spark from within, it comes from our core, from that solar plexus, from our heart. That's where we feel the shock of inspiration. So the mind is beautiful. Let your mind develop your creativity, but let the spark come from your core. Okay, follow the spark. When was the last time I couldn't stop laughing or smiling? Isn't that the perfect a vision of what this means? That feeling at our core. Well, how do you know what that feeling at your core means? I mean, how do you know what the spark is? I think when it just depends on how conditioned you are to meeting the expectations of others, to pleasing others, versus really balancing that out with what you need and what you deserve. There is absolutely a way to nurture others and nurture ourselves, but when we're too focused on either the self or others, it just doesn't work out too balanced. But sometimes we need, okay, to just go in, just focus on ourselves, just be alone for a while, so we can understand the purity of what that feels like. And I would say, like, at its purest form, that in your core feels like when you can't stop laughing and smiling. What feels good like that? And lean into it. Do more of that for now, at least until you figure out what it means. Infinite creativity. At any moment, I am able to tap into an infinite source of energy and creativity within me. Unique ideas flow through, each one capable of blossoming into beautiful creations. And there is that difference between trying to find the creativity within us, trying to create something from a space that isn't quite ready. You know, when you're trying to tap in to your creative outlet and it's just not there. You need some sort of music, and where does that bring us? All the way back to music, the sound of the true self, the desire to know the true self, the sound. Being in that place where you can just be in the zone, and the creativity doesn't come only from our mind. The mind can develop the creativity in these beautiful ways, but where does it come from? It comes from the soul. It comes from the core. It comes from some sort of passionate inspiration that we are finding out in the world or within ourselves. So consider that the combination, okay, of the mind and the heart, the mind and the core brings this infinite creativity. Our final message: if you need to repair something, use gold and be creative. See the value in mending. I think we're talking about ourselves. We are not too worn out, too tired to be useful. This is enough. Creativity, laughing, smiling, enjoying our lives, shifting our perception, resting, making boundaries. In some ways, it sounds like those are really lofty expectations, but I promise you that those are what you deserve. Those are what you were born to enjoy. Those are the moments, the present moments to appreciate. The presence. The present is the presence. Do you understand? Can you appreciate the creativity, the rest and restoration, the boundaries, the passion? The satisfaction is here. There's nothing you will get from outside you. It doesn't mean that you can't have anything that you want. If you want it, go get it. But it's not going to satisfy your soul the way that this will. I love you.